We're at Bénéteau's sea trial event here in Palma on board the new Gran Turismo 46. Now this boat uses a second generation of Bénéteau's patented air step hull technology. It also comes with the option of twin 370 Volvo Pentas, or you can have twin 400s on stern drives, or you can have IPS 600. Now this particular boat has the smallest pair of D6 370s, and with its spec, which is pretty comprehensive, it comes in at around €500,000. It's also bursting with clever features, so let's get a bit of a closer look. Bénéteau has used this configuration on its Gran Turismo sports cruisers for some years now, where you have this single helm seat to starboard and you have a double bench facing forward, and I think it works really well because it means you have three people all facing forward, able to look forward when they're on passage, which is great for the skipper. The position is superb, I have to say as well. I really like the fact that everything is so close to hand, wheels central, throttles just where you need them. You can bolster this seat and lean. The windscreen surround does get in your way a bit if you haven't got the roof open, but you can open the roof and poke your head out. In terms of design, they've really tried hard. The days gone by, this would have had a completely white moulding, and they've at least tried to mix it up with some, albeit quite shiny, but they are at least dark. They look a bit more classy and there's not much glare and there's leather here and there, and they've just put the effort in to make it feel a bit more special. When it comes to driving, well, it was properly rough out there today, just off Palma. And as I said, second generation of the air step hull. And that wasn't really the weather for it. It's for short chops. It was really properly lumpy out there. But the hull dealt with it really well, it has to be said. Even with these smaller engines, there was enough power to get in and out of the troughs. And of course, with the stern drives, it's nice and agile too. In a packed section of the market, 45-foot sports cruisers, how do you differentiate yourself from the competition? Well, you design a truly innovative cockpit. This throws away the standard blueprint of sort of U-shaped or L-shaped seating with a wet bar opposite. Here your seating completely surrounds you. There's even an option to have an L-shaped bench here so that you have a complete wrap, and you have these fantastic, well these are an option, a €6,000 option, lazy boy converting seats, which are just a bit cool, aren't they really? But then it's how sociable this entire area is. These seats here slide in like this, same on the other side, and then you open this gigantic table and everybody can sit round, everybody's facing each other, and there's also of course great access to the wet bar, grill. You're going to have a grill out in the transom as well if you want. Another option is to have doors here which coming around here, you still get these seats, but they just cut off the cockpit here so you can easily shut off this area and use the boat all year round. So down here in the interior, what strikes you is much like the helm, Bénéteau's tried really hard to up the ambience in here, make it feel more classy. So they've used walnut wood, there's loads of different materials. They've got titanium effect frontings on the cupboards and on the fridge. There's nice bits of leather here and there. It's just far more interesting than their interiors used to be, and it just brings up the class level a little bit. In terms of layout, this boat has a 3-cabin layout, but you can have a dinette down here if you don't want this bunk cabin here. But whatever you do get a really good VIP in the bows, which has scissor action berths as standard, so you can have a double or 2 singles depending on who's staying there. But the star of the show is the masters, so let's wander through and have a look at that. So there's a fair few steps and level changes, but it's only a 45-foot boat. You can't expect too much. There's plenty of headroom by the door, which is important. That's probably where you'd get changed. You have a decent amount of storage, though the hanging locker isn't that big, so you're not going to be putting your tuxedo in there, and it could do with a little bit more storage here and there for suitcases and bulkier items. But what's really impressive is this excellent ensuite, which when you open the door, really surprising how far back it goes and how big a shower unit you get as well. Both of the bathrooms are a really good size, so your guests won't feel shortchanged either. In a properly crowded marketplace, the 46 stands out because it's been quite brave. Bénéteau has been inventive with the cockpit layout. It gives people a huge amount of choice when it comes to speccing the boat. You can have the doors, you don't have to have them, there's lots of options. There's obviously a versatile cabin layout, you can have a dinette downstairs but you don't have to, and of course there's 2 stern drive options and an IPS option. So there really is a version of this boat for everybody, and all of that means that this really should be on your list if you're looking for a sports cruiser of this size.